physios, I welcome you all to our channel Physio Vidyapit. We are back with another topic which is very important, which is motor control. Okay, so in this particular topic we will be studying about what is motor control, why do we need to study it, along with various constraints of motor control. Then we will progress toward the various theories of motor control. Okay, so this is the first lecture of this topic, which will be basic about the definition and what is the need that we are studying the motor control. Okay, so my name is Vijay Kumar and let's get started. Okay, so what is motor control? In simple words, motor control means how the movement which is occurring on our body parts occurs. Okay, because this movement require a lot of system to act in a very coordinated manner to produce a particular movement. Okay, so you can see motor control is the ability to regulate or direct the mechanism. Okay, it is the ability to regulate the mechanism. Which mechanism? Which is used to produce the movement, and that movement can either be a static movement or a dynamic movement. So we will be studying about the regulation of the mechanism which is required for the production of movement, and that movement can be either static or dynamic. For the execution of smooth and controlled movement, the cooperative effort of multiple systems is required. This I have already explained, that to produce a smooth and well controlled movement, we require a lot of system to act in a coordinated manner. See, I have made a flow chart for you. Simple. Within the individual, the movement emerges through the cooperative effect of many brain structures and process. You can see it requires the interaction of various systems, then sensory and perceptual input is required, then cognitive, and then motor action. Okay, so these are the systems which are coordinated in a well controlled manner to produce a smooth and controlled movement. Okay, so this is about the general definition. Okay, then what is motor control? Movement is, this part is very simple, that movement is the critical aspect of life. Okay, we require movement for each and every activity. I wake up in morning, I need to move to the kitchen to eat food. Okay, I need to move to dress me up. Okay, so this is the critical aspect of life. Movement is the critical aspect of life. Movement is essential to our ability to walk, run and play, and to seek out and eat the food that nourishes us, and to communicate with friends and family, and to earn our living. Okay, so to earn also we need to move out of the house so as to work at different places, and this require movement. That is why I have written that it is the critical aspect of life. Okay, the field of motor control is directed at studying the nature of movement. See, we will study about the nature of movement and how movement is controlled. Okay, how movement is controlled. Okay, so these are the basic parts which we will be covering. Okay, then motor control is the ability to regulate or direct the mechanism which is essential to movement, which is same. Then we will be getting answers of some questions by studying this topic. Okay, so see, it address certain questions such as, what are these questions that we will be answering? First is how the central nervous system organize many individual muscles and joint to coordinate a functional movement. Now I am moving like this, my central nervous system is coordinating my all the muscles and the joints to produce a smooth and accurate movement for the functional activity, or simply you can write the functional movement. Okay, then how this is occurring. Okay, and the second is how sensory information from the environment and body is used to select the control movement. Okay, Yes, why? Because our movement also depend upon our perception. What we are percepting directs that what our movement will be. Okay, so how we are percepting the things from the environment, which is important for the production of movement. Okay, so this was the second question. How is the sensory information from the environment and body used to select and control the movement? Okay, then what is the best way to study movement? And the last is, how can movement problems being quantified in patients with motor control problems? Okay, so at last we will study about the fact that how the movement problems, that is the motor control problems, can be quantified in the individual which have problems in motor control. Okay, then why should therapists study the motor control? Okay, then what is the basic need that we as a physical therapist need to study about motor control? This is because the reason that the physical therapist and occupational therapist both spend a lot of time with their patient, and that major time is required for retraining the individual to do the movement or to train the movement that is lagging in the individual. Okay, so you can see that physical and occupational therapists have been referred to as applied motor control physiologists. Okay, so this is the important thing. We are also referred as applied motor control physiologists. This is because the therapists spend a considerable amount of time in retraining the patients who have motor control problems. Okay, so this is the same thing that I have explained. Then therapist interaction is often directed at changing the movement capacity to move. Okay, so we are changing the movement capacity so as the individual can do the movement more efficiently to meet the functional demands. Therapeutic strategies are designed to improve the quality and quantity of posture. See, whenever we are training an individual about a particular movement, we need to focus on both the quality and quantity of the posture so that the particular movement is very efficient. That is why I have written to improve the quality and quantity of posture and movement, which is essential to function. Okay, thus understanding the motor control is very important for us. Okay, so this is about the topic, which was very simple. Only it was a superficial introduction about the topic. Initially we studied that what is motor control. It is the ability to regulate the mechanism which are directed to produce a movement. And how movement is produced? By the interaction of various systems. Okay, then what is motor control? Movement is very critical part of life. We need movement to do all the activities. Okay, so this is the second part. And how our CNS interact to produce a particular movement. This was our questions. And then last was, why should we study the motor control? It is the reason that we will be spending a lot of time with individuals with motor control problems to re-educate or retrain them toward the functional movements. That is why this topic has a lot of importance for us. Okay, so this was all about today's lecture. In our next lecture, we will be studying about some constraints of motor control. Till then, you keep on studying. Thank you to one and all.